Imagine watching a movie and suddenly seeing a famous actress on screen, doing something so bold that it makes headlines for years. That is what Suzanne Pleshette did. She did not hold back. She shocked fans, critics, and even some of her co-stars. But why did she do it? And what happened next? Stay with us, because this story is not just about one moment, it is about a woman who made her own rules. Suzanne Pleshette was not just any actress. She had a voice that was deep and strong, a look that made people stop and stare, and a personality that made her unforgettable. Born in the year 1937 in New York City, she started acting in the 1950s. At first, she performed in theater. Then she moved on to television and movies. Many people remember her from The Bob Newhart Show, where she played Emily, Bob's smart and loving wife. But Suzanne had already appeared in big movies before that. She worked with some of the biggest names in Hollywood. One thing that always made her stand out was her boldness. She did not like to be told what to do. And that is what led her to make one of the most daring moves of her career. It happened in the 1960s. At the time, movie rules were much stricter than they are now. Actors and actresses had to be very careful. One wrong move could end their career. But Suzanne did not care about the rules. She starred in a film called A Rage to Live. In one powerful scene, Suzanne did something that few actresses would have dared back then. She showed more of herself on screen than anyone expected. People were shocked. Newspapers talked about it. Fans could not believe it. Some praised her. Some criticized her. But no one could ignore her. Why did she do it? Suzanne later said it was not just about being attractive. It was about the character. The woman she was playing was broken, strong, and complicated. And Suzanne wanted to show that fully, even if it meant pushing boundaries. Many actresses who did bold scenes in the past often said they regretted it later. Not Suzanne. In interviews, she said she knew what she was doing. She was not forced. She was not tricked. It was her choice. She believed in being honest in her work. If the story needed it, she would go all the way. And that made her different from many others. She also did not like being labeled. Some people called her a symbol of beauty. Others said she was too serious. Suzanne did not care. She said she just wanted to be known as a good actress. You might think that after such a daring move, her career would suffer. But that did not happen. In fact, Suzanne received even more roles. She played in Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds, one of the most famous horror films ever made. She played strong women, funny women, and emotional women. She had a special talent, she could make people laugh and cry in the same scene. And when she joined the Bob Newhart Show in the 1970s, she became even more loved. People saw her not just as bold, but also as smart, caring, and funny. One thing people admired about Suzanne was how real she was. She did not try to be perfect. She did not follow Hollywood trends. She spoke her mind and stood up for herself. In a world where many people tried to look a certain way or act a certain way, Suzanne stayed true to who she was. That made her powerful, not just as an actress, but as a person. She often said that women in the industry should never be afraid to take risks. That is something she lived by. Off-screen, Suzanne's life had ups and downs. She was married 2 times. Her first marriage ended, but her second, to actor Tom Poston, was full of love. They were together until he passed away in the year 2007. She did not have children, but she always spoke warmly about family and friends. She kept her private life quiet, which was not easy for a star. But again, she lived by her own rules. Suzanne continued acting into the 1990s and early 2000s. She even returned to play Emily in a special episode of Newhart in the year 1990, which fans still talk about. Sadly, in the year 2008, Suzanne Pleshette passed away from lung cancer at age 70. She had smoked for years, and though she later quit, it had taken a toll. Her death shocked many, but people still remember her for her strength, her honesty, and her unforgettable talent. So when people say Suzanne Pleshette bared it all, they are not just talking about one scene. They are talking about her whole life. She was not afraid to show who she really was, on screen and off. She took risks, made bold choices, and never let fear stop her. That is what made her a star. Not just her beauty or her talent, but her courage. Thank you for watching. If you liked this story, give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more true Hollywood stories that go beyond the screen.